Oh yeah, so that'll like come up with a thing, let you know it's recording. We just record it so anybody that missed can jump in whenever they need to or catch it tomorrow. Hey, Fred. All right, so since we're going with proof, we're going to start with this Eagle Rare pick from Total Wine, and it's at a 90 proof.
Do you know, Stephanie, do you know Total Wine where?
I'm not sure. I was assuming it was one of the St. Louis ones,
Okay.
or the one in St. Louis. Which means it was probably a gem pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. That's,
Which I figured you probably have a couple of bottles of.
you never know.
All right, so what's everybody getting on the nose on this one? You've got it poured out.
If I can smell anything.
I think it's like light, and I have some cherries, maybe.
Yeah, it's really light.
I'm getting some caramel notes.
Caramel, yeah. Definitely caramel on the palate, like that cherry I had on the nose kind of went away.
Tastes pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it tastes like just regular Eagle Rare because I'm not actually a fan of Eagle Rare, but this is really enjoyable. Hey, if you just joined us, we're now on the Eagle Rare, the 90 proof.
Wasting no time, I see.
Yeah, we just jumped on right at 8.
All right.
But we're not in any rush, so we can all get caught up and start sipping.
Do we know if this is aged? It tastes like it has a smoothness factor, like it has a little bit of age to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I know it's a single barrel, but I'm not sure what age it was.
They're all 10 years old, all the Eagle Rares, even the barrel picks.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Fred would know.
Thank you. That it actually
He's
tastes
our
really
expert
good.
on that. So yeah, all 10 years. And they're not finished in anything. They're just straight out of the regular barrel.
Tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like this is a great pick.
Right.
Super
I
sweet,
like-
super caramely.
I like Eagle Rare, but it has a little bit of heat to it. This one's smooth. It doesn't have the heat I normally get.
Yeah. Do you prefer that, Jeff? Do you like the heat on it, or do you like this one better?
I think I don't mind either way as long as the flavor and the finish is good, but I would prefer it without the heat. This is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a sipper. This one's great.
See, I totally disagree. I think this one is drinking hot compared to my other Eagle Rare store picks.
To store picks or just standard Eagle Rare?
My store picks.
There you go. That's better.
I usually only only get Eagle Rare store picks. So,
So what I was comparing to was like a standard Eagle Rare off the shelf.
okay. Well,
Which
I
I
still
think
think
is a
this
little
one's
bit-
drinking hot. Which again, for 90 proof, which had the same issue with an Elijah Craig store pick last night. Maybe I'm getting old. And, 94 Swiss last night seemed like, damn, it's hot.
I think a lot of the Elijah Craigs are hot. Like a lot of those store picks are very hot for Elijah Craig.
Yeah, maybe.
Now I'm picking up a little bit of cinnamon, just faintly, but I'm getting some cinnamon there.
So how long ago did all of you pour your bottles? I poured about an hour ago. So
Oh, I literally just opened mine.
10 minutes ago.
Just opened. Just opened.
I just opened as well.
Yeah, it's a good idea though. I think to open them early, let them sit and open up a little bit. I'm never that prepared. You think I would be by now?
There's a lot more mouthfeel on this than the store, the regular Eagle Rare.
Mm-hmm.
A lot silkier.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's non-chill filtered in a way.
Yeah, I think this one's really enjoyable in a lot of ways. So I did say that I like going up by proof, but we can do these next two. I'll let you guys vote. We can go ahead and do the Russells, that 110 proof, or we can do the Bourbon's Bistro, the 102. But I think this Bourbon's Bistro new riff pick is really special, and I kind of wanted to save it for last, but we can do it whatever order you guys want to. Just let me know.
That's fine. We can, whatever everybody else wants, but I'm fine with whatever.
Okay. Anybody
Vote
have any
for the Bourbon
preferences?
Bistro last.
Okay, yeah, I think that one's real special. So let's hold off on that one and we can go ahead and open up our Russells.
Russell smells good.
Or if you've already poured it, it's the one we're sipping next. And this one is a pick from Liquor World and it's 110 proof.
That's what she said. Wait, you switched the glass?
That's what she said. I guess I switched the glass and the little bottle. Yes, I
That's what
did.
she said.
That's what she said. This was here to begin with. That was over there. This was over here. And then I switched them all around. It's like a shell game, but different because I know what's happening.
So I got invited to a blind tasting next Thursday. I said, well, we have a 16-year-old. Well, because the other person said, we have little kids, they'll be in bed by 8:30. I said, oh, we have a 16-year-old. He probably won't even be here. So I'll probably bring my wife. We're doing a tasting tonight with ABV. So it's like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. But
Yeah.
16-year-old's driving us home. What are you talking about, Lois?
That's a perk when they turn 16, isn't it? It's like a built-in DD.
Okay,
confused
so
what
now
we're drinking.
We're doing this one, the Liquor World.
So McNew, you're on the south side, right?
Of Indy, yes.
Southeast?
Or actually, I'm more on like the east side. I'm in Greenfield, so
Okay, yeah.
yeah, east side.
Yeah, I thought about trying to message you about your birthday stuff and whether we could go over there and celebrate with you. But I missed the cutoff on that, so sorry.
Oh, if you're interested, send me a message after and I'll see if we can get some rushed over. We just do the cutoffs to make sure shipping gets there in time.
Oh, well, in all honesty, I have all the bottles that are on your birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
So that would actually be fun. I have a great back deck. I could do a live thing maybe. So yeah, let me know.
eh,
Yeah, if you don't mind my dogs barking at you the whole time.
Yeah, I never did get to make it to one of your live. How many birthday parties did you have?
None because it got
No,
canceled
that-
last year.
I thought you had.
Not ask
okay.
that of a lady. It's not an appropriate
I
question.
meant with tastings.
Oh, no. So we got Mandy Kaplan put together a dinner last year in Cincinnati, but didn't do anything else. But this year I just did like that event that's going to happen on the 21st, and I just threw a bunch of random things in it. So. This Russell's is a really good pick. I kind of get like some apricots, like fruits like that.
Right, I'm smelling something like that too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's apricots, I think, but what's anybody else getting?
Not my favorite.
No, like
Good
the Eagle
mouthfeel.
Rare better.
I like the Eagle Rare better. This is a really nice mouthfeel on Russell's, but not my favorite. It's got a lot going on, but it just seems sort of long and flat as opposed to rolling.
Okay, yeah. Like you're just getting like one flavor and not a whole lot
Yeah,
of
and it sticks around.
anything else.
It's okay, but not my
Mhm.
favorite. Not bad, but
Yeah.
not my favorite. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm-
Rob, what do you think of this one?
I almost got, it was almost like a herbal tea note on the taste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I almost think this was a rye, if not a bourbon.
I could see some rye flavors in there, yeah.
Yep.
That's a little
I
spicy.
agree.
It's that dry spice that you give with a rye.
Mhm.
I would definitely agree with the rye aftertaste. Just a little bit of a finish with that.
Yeah.
Definitely like the Eagle Rare better over here. But
Yeah.
that one we got some cinnamon without overheat, you know, like this
Yeah.
Russell's is hot, especially compared to the
Mm-hmm. All right, we can put those Russells aside. Let's let it sit for a while, see if we like it better when we do the comeback. And let's open up this new riff. It was a Bourbon's Bistro pick. It's 102.8 proof. And I don't know if you know Jason Bronner or know of Jason, but Jason's got like an incredible nose, an incredible palate, just a good picker all around. So I'm really excited to try this new riff.
Yeah.
I have the good fortune of living not very far from Bourbon's Bistro.
Yeah, lucky you. Can't go wrong with when you visit them.
Whoa.
That nose is just creme brulee.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sugar and caramel.
Hmm. Hmm.
Good.
And it's still good on the palate.
Wow. See, to me, this one has that nice rolling change to it, which I personally really like.
Yeah,
The front is one thing, and then it finishes differently. And I like that.
right. It's not just like that flat, like stays on your tongue. This one's really nice.
Mm.
Real peppery on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get on the finish, Fred? It doesn't seem very hot to me. What about you?
You're right, there isn't much of a finish. No, it's all up front.
And then it's a real like slow. I think it's a little bit caramelly at the end, but it's not a peppery finish.
No, it's not at all. It sticks around in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the same bottle that went out like in like November or so that you guys had?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
same pick.
Mm.
I thought it was that. Yeah, I just finished that one like a week ago, and it's nice to have one more chance at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's a really special one.
So did you intentionally plan on the new riff pick being the best one in this group?
I did not. I just assumed it would be because Jason picked it.
Wait, where's Jason? Raise your hand.
He's not on here, but he's the owner of Bourbon's Bistro. He leads all of their picks.
Okay,
Anything you walk in that bar and have that was one of their picks is gonna be phenomenal.
all right.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It's my favorite, but I taste a macadamia nut or a Marcona almond kind of
Like a little
creamy nut flavor.
nuttiness in it.
Mhm.
She has a special taste for creamy nut. Bourbon discussion only, guys. Come on.
I
You
can't
too,
not
McNew.
laugh at that.
What's wrong with you guys?
Well, it's not as sweet as a cashew, but you know, the ones that are really high in fat, though, that's the deliciousness that comes out for me in this.
Nice. Good description.
Hey, McNew, I think if you add a drop of water to this, it kind of opens it up and it
Okay.
gets, for me, a little bit more of a finish.
Okay, yeah, guys, go ahead and try that if you want to. I probably added too much water. I should get a dropper, but
That's by far the best new riff I've ever had.
yeah.
Yeah, what's this one?
The Molster was really awesome too.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. Where is that single barrel from? You guys have a single barrel.
Do I have a single roll? Where's it from?
That one is Chuck's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I also have
Yeah,
the
Chuck's.
Party Source from Covington. And they're both solid 4-year selections, but
This
they're
one's
okay. This one blows it away. So
absolutely much better. Yeah.
yeah. I assume Party Source would have connections, but
Yeah, it was the same guy owned it and he ended up selling Party Source to his
Yep.
employees so he could have the distillery.
oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
know the story. I always
you think you
assume
have, like,
everything
the
they
best
get from
picks.
yeah. I assume everything they get from New Riff is a premium barrel, sweet spot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
but this one is by far and
This
away
one
better
is-
than anyone I've had. So
Who added water to theirs?
I did.
Very.
I had some water.
I did.
to mine.
I did.
Is there
How
a
do you guys think it
water?
changed? Because I did that and it really changed it a lot. And I thought it brought a lot of pepper toward the end. It had to be.
I still don't have that stuff.
I was going to
Yeah,
ask
for me-
wise,
EGR or whatever.
is there one of these that's more
I don't
available than the other
recall.
because of the region?
I'm sorry, like available to like purchase.
Right, correct.
Yeah, they would just have to get them like at the stores that picked them. Like there's a Total Wine and the Liquor World and the Bourbon's Bistro. But I know Total Wines, like different stores do different picks. So you might like a Total Wine in Kentucky will have different picks than a Total Wine in like Missouri.
Right.
hey, so how much water did you put in the New Riff pick?
Very good.
Just a drop or two is really all you need to open it up.
Yeah, it changed it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's got a dropper. That's the way to go.
To be honest, I liked it better before the water, but I'm really impressed with how much it changed.
Yeah, that change was interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I probably did too much water. I just tried to put like a cap in there and overdid it.
Sweeter.
It happens.
That's really good.
But it's still good.
That just means you need to add more bourbon.
That's true. But like, these don't go as far as you want them to, though, do they?
No,
That-
a little too much water, a little more bourbon, a little too much, a little more bourbon.
More bourbon.
I didn't sip that all night.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I wish I had a
That is-
bottle of this one.
yeah.
Right.
That's far and away the best New Riff I've ever had.
Yeah,
Mhm. I'd
Yeah.
agree.
and it's hard to find a bad new riff, so that's like really impressive.
Yeah.
So,
That's nice.
That's really good. The amazing thing is it's half the age of the others.
right.
How old is this one? Is it 4?
Probably 4.
Or
Yeah. Yeah, this is
only
really good for
recently
4.
have there been some 5 years. So
Yeah. 4 to
Yeah.
4 to 5.
All right, let's set the probable favorite aside. Let's save it for a little bit. And we're gonna go back to our Eagle Rare. And if you had it open, see if it changed any. Feel like it better or worse. It's not really fair after that new riff though.
which is funny because the 3 of these samples,
Mhm.
New Riff would have been my 3rd pick if I was just
Just by name?
yeah,
Yeah.
just by ranking them because I've got no less
I'm
than
totally with
18
you.
Russell single barrels downstairs.
Mhm.
I don't know, 10 or 12 Eagle Rare picks.
Because you don't get as much sweetness out of that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I like these little series, because you get to try new ones, and I love it when like a surprise comes out as the favorite for the night.
Right.
I like the Eagle Rare better before. It doesn't quite have that same mouthfeel now after being,
I would agree.
after sitting.
I
Mhm.
completely agree.
Yeah, it's a little more subdued, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
Still a good Eagle Rare pick though.
Mhm.
And for 90 proof, like I feel more heat on it now than I did the first time around.
I'm not a fan of the Russells.
No,
That's my least favorite too.
No, which is odd, especially for me, because that's always been my go-to. I just had the
Yeah.
Russell 13 this afternoon,
Hmm.
and it was phenomenal. So, and a Russell's Rye single barrel, which was phenomenal.
like, and people lose their minds over Russell's picks. Like those just fly off shelves, fly out of groups, and this one I'm not really super impressed with.
I'm not either. I have a new Elijah Craig single barrel, which normally I get to participate in the barrel picks. And I've done no less than 10 Elijah Craig barrel picks, but the one I picked up from my store
Mhm.
is terrible.
Man, that's disappointing, isn't it?
It's almost, they say it's almost 12 years and there's some licorice to it, but it's not good.
That's one from
It
last
drinks
year.
hot, especially for 94 proof.
Mhm.
Sorry. Yeah, no, we're talking about these ones. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but it's still interesting. Like we're all bourbon nerds. We want to hear about it. So.
Well,
Absolutely.
but you've probably all had single barrel bourbons that are different. So if you've
Yeah.
ever been on a pick and you line up the barrels and you taste them, they all taste different, blah, 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 blah. But
Roger, where's your store?
That one's oily now. It's got legs.
what?
Where's your store?
My store?
You said your store.
Oh,
You picked for your store.
we buy wine and booze from West Clay in Carmel, Indiana.
You guys are in Indiana. Okay.
Yeah, we don't own a store. No, we just buy.
That's where you go. Gotcha.
I keep saying we should, but
We
Yeah.
also have a store we buy from in Northern Kentucky. So
Yeah. So I
You
actually
call it
made
Nutty
out-
Liquors and your wife could do all the tastings.
I made it out to West Clay a couple weekends ago. Did you guys go when Bardstown Bourbon Company was there?
So funny. We went that morning for
Mhm.
cars and coffee.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, Sally has a fancy car. But then we went downtown to look at,
long story short.
yeah,
other cars,
something
other
something
cars.
downtown, other cars. And we didn't make it back up for the Bardstown
Yeah.
food truck,
Uh,
bourbon truck thing.
We
Yeah.
have more t-shirts than we can count, so we
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah, it was pretty much get a t-shirt, get a package. Steve Nally was there. That was cool. But
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
signed, I had some friends he signed the bottles for, and
Yeah.
they were happy, because one guy has the complete series signed by him,
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah, it was good.
That's cool. Yeah, that was my first time at West Clay, and I walked in. I was like, I couldn't believe the selection. They have a great.
Wait, you were
bourbon
there
selection.
Saturday? That Saturday?
The
The
Saturday
Saturday
we missed her. Ah.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's either cars or bourbon. It's a tough choice sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up there. It was fun.
no, it was fun. Chip's a good guy. Chip takes care of his customers, so.
Yeah.
So on this Bourbon's Bistro, I think I complained a little bit that the water addition sort of didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I let it sit for a good long time and then I took the last taste. And Barry, I don't know when you put your water in, but when it sat for a while, it got really nice. So I'm going to completely reverse everything I said about it being better before the.
You just had to give it a minute.
Yeah, because when I tasted it, I had just put the water in, mixed it up, which you're not supposed to do. Give it some time, I just didn't. And when I went back to it after it had been given time, It's really nice. So I'm reversing
find that
mine.
the new rips, I find that they open up the most of any when I add water to them. And it's always a nice transformation to see what happens. Does it open it up and make it more pleasant? You know, this one I found I enjoyed it better because it opened up the back end, the finish for me. And I definitely enjoyed it more. And I you know, I'm kind of going back and forth with the Russells. I am a fan of a higher proof. So this one seems a little bit more astringent than most of the Russell's Reserve picks that I've had. I'm like you guys, I'm not much of a fan of it.
Yeah, and this is our highest proof of the evening, and it's only 110 proof, which is kind of a comfort point for some people where like that's their sweet spot. They love that proof, but I'm just not loving this Russell's pick. Is
I
it
agree.
anybody's favorite? Because if it is, I want to know what you're thinking.
No,
The Russell's is good, but it's not my favorite out of the three.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad by any means. It's just not standing up with the other two.
Barry, how long did you let your water sit before you tasted?
I let it set for at least a minute before I sampled it.
Yeah, I did a newbie move. I put it in, swirled it up, and tried it. And that was bad.
It's just like real confused. It didn't get a minute to settle in. So.
I may have
Yeah.
been just I'm done that. So you know, you could chalk me up to being a newbie. So
I'm just real impatient. I'm just like, all right, my water's in. Let's see what happens. And I'm like, I know that I need to wait.
was the water chilled that anyone added, or was it just room temperature?
Room temperature.
Yeah, that's a good question.
When Steve and I went out to Colorado to Lenny's Earhammer Distillery, he uses barreled water to temper his whiskeys with.
I think
You
that's
say
a
barreled
great.
water? As in
Yeah.
like collected with rainwater, or just
No,
water kept
no.
in a barrel?
Water kept in a used whiskey barrel.
That's cool. It's a great idea.
And it really does make a difference. I
Uh,
don't know how to explain it, but when you add water to whiskey to proof it, and then you put it in the bottle, it's not the same as if it had time to mature with the whiskey.
That's really
That's
interesting. Because it's going to pull different things from the wood.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works. I just know that it's a real thing.
That's quite clever, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder though, like if you just use like regular bottled water compared to that, like what your flavor changes would be. Like, you know, if you just put like a drop of that and a drop of another one in different whiskeys side by side.
I think a lot of it depends on where you're getting it. Because if you're getting spring water or tap water is horrible depending on where you are.
Tap water runs things is what it does.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'm going to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Lee Kramer, here with the blue and white background. I got him a ticket to this because I've been enjoying them. He's down in Florida.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks like he
hoping to
has a
God-
nice background there.
Yeah, I'm hoping to God he didn't use
I just
tap water from there because the sulfur in Florida.
I'm actually
It's
hiding
the water.
I'm hiding from my children. Actually, it just happens to have a decent background.
Wait, you're hiding from the children in the bird cage
Yes.
/ lanai? But they're not out there. Well, I mean, I guess you're
Yes, I have a lot of children inside, and if they go here, they'll actually find me. So it just happens to be coincidence. So I'm just,
Oh yeah.
I was trying to guess if you were in the bird cage lanai or under the boat dock.
well, it was very sunny, so I had to provide a little shade, and my 15-year-old ends up being a very good IT guy. So he actually helped both me and Jeff set us up last minute and get the microphone settings correct and everything. Because I was a dinosaur, I was lost. I had no idea.
Yeah, and I guess that we sent the links to the wrong people, so it's probably on us too. So we'll do
I had a hard
better.
time logging into the laptop, so just thanks for patience. I barely made it. So
Oh no, you're good. We try to wait a couple minutes. It takes so we have our own technical issues too. It's no big deal. But
I was shocked that I actually made it on time. I will tell you that I have a bottle of Colonel Taylor, and I actually felt that the Colonel Taylor had very striking resemblance to this Eagle Rare, and that so far is my favorite.
that makes sense. Fred, do they come out of the same barrels or warehouses? The E.H. Taylor and the Eagle Rare?
Okay, go
All,
ahead.
all the E.H. Taylor is in warehouse C. And a lot of the Eagle Rare is also in C. They're
That
both
makes
the same, they're both the same recipe. They're both
So that
mashed
makes
down.
Yeah, if you guys don't know
Same
Fred,
mash
he's a
bill.
great tour guide at Buffalo Trace, so he knows all this.
I'm a huge Buffalo Trace fan. That's like one of my go-tos.
I love Fred. Buffalo Trace is one of my favorite tours. It's great.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense why your E.H. Taylor is very comparable to that Eagle Rare. Yeah, but I was gonna say, Lee, when I'm in Florida and I get like a fountain pop or something from a restaurant, it is terrible, and it's because it's mixed with their tap water. I'm like, oh, it does not taste the way it should.
Completely and totally understandable. I get it.
Yeah, every time.
It's not raining right now, so.
So what we're saying
It's
is
true.
next time
It's
we're
very
gonna
true.
get bourbon and water samples.
That would be a good idea. Water plays a huge part in how your bourbon's
Yeah.
gonna taste.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm a weird water snob. Like, I know we shouldn't buy so many plastic bottles, but I'm always like, we can only get Ice Mountain. Do not bring that Aquafina plastic crap into my house. I hate purified water. So we only do like spring waters.
So
Yeah, I
this
think
one
Aquafina
time,
is just tap water, isn't it?
Probably. That's terrible.
I think it is. Yeah.
You use the
But it's
wrong
funny
kind of
'cause, like-
water. You use the wrong water in bourbon, it ruins it.
Yeah.
Totally agree,
Yeah.
Fred. Totally
Yep.
agree.
And you can tell who does too. Like, they have to have their own lake or their natural water, or just nothing city going in there.
so this one time on a Woodford Reserve tour, I may have asked the tour guide when she suggested that we put an ice cube into our glass during the tasting room, if it was made out of the limestone water that had been raved about the entire tour. She did not answer.
There's a
I
good
think
reason
that's
for
a
that.
fair question. That is a very fair question to ask.
Most people either use municipal water or they filter their water themselves. But I don't know of anybody that actually uses spring water.
Mm-mm.
You guys, Fred, do y'all use spring water?
Some of it is, yeah. Yeah. We have a couple of reservoirs and we do buy some from the city.
Okay.
I think that's a legit question, though. Municipal wise, what is the quality of the water there locally?
Mhm.
Most of the water in Kentucky is pretty good. Even if it's municipal, it's still pretty good. But
Yeah.
The tap
guess it
water,
varies.
Fred,
the tap water in
Buffalo Trace
Frankfurt.
is on the river, right? You guys used to pull your water right from the river. Is that true?
Well, actually, E.H. Taylor Jr. pulled the water from a spring right next to the river.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Spring water.
Yeah, my parents have a farm in northern Kentucky, and we've had a well for years that has.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
I
Most
keep
people
saying
around
it's
here that
bourbon
use-
farm, but
most people around here that have wells only use the well for watering their grass and washing their car. It primarily because of pesticides and such.
Yeah. Like my parents,
Right.
the town they live in, it's super tiny. They all have well water, but it's rusty and you have to filter it. Like there's good well water, and then there's like rough well water.
Right.
That turns everything yellow, like they have no white towels.
Excellent.
Yep.
So who made the comparison of Taylor? I don't know, Taylor to something here we're drinking?
That would be me.
That was
That was
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
yeah, I was Lee from Florida. He sent
All right.
this one.
Ah, Taylor.
About to open it because Thought I had one open and I didn't.
I thought this was a non-drinking night.
Well,
Well, you've already
Well,
started
welcome
with
to
the
my
samples. You
world.
might as well keep going, right?
Once you cross the line.
I
you might
believe
as
he
well
said
go
what?
ahead.
So I had told Lee that Taylor was one of the things he needed to look for in Florida, because here in Louisville, you cannot find it unless you're really, really lucky. But he found a bottle down in Florida.
I did admit it's almost gone, Jeff. So now the problem is trying to duplicate that, which is almost impossible.
Well, you just got it.
That's what happens with the Taylors. They're real good and you don't know how fast to go.
I used to find it in Memphis, everywhere. Small batch and rye, everywhere.
Nice.
I still got three bottles of rye downstairs. I keep giving my friends the small batch because honestly, it's not my thing. So,
Okay.
but I found this one the other day. I think it was $47. So
Nice.
It's a fair price.
That's a good price for it.
yeah. McNew, it was Market District up in Carmel.
Ooh,
They
okay.
had one on the barrel, and then they had a Blanton's on the shelf, which again, I'm only a Blanton store pick or straight from the barrel guy,
Yeah.
but I wasn't going to pass up a retail Blanton's that I can.
No, you can't. And I really agree that like regular Blanton's is just like hit or miss because obviously it's a single barrel.
They're all
And we've
single
had
barrels.
some great
Yeah.
ones and we've had some terrible ones. But I'm like, if it's retail, I'm not gonna not buy it.
Right.
But
I don't know. Oh wow, that's good.
I'm surprised.
Very floral.
No, I can't tell you. I've given up so much E.H. Taylor because it's just not my thing. But
Yeah.
that I actually like that.
Fruity and flowery.
Oh, it's
right,
good.
Barry's jumping
Might
off.
have to
Thanks,
send out
Barry.
little
Good
bottles
deal.
to the rest of this group. I think.
Fine.
There's
Hi,
some
Barry.
beers that have actually told me that if they had a choice between Blanton's and Colonel Taylor, that most would actually prefer to have the Taylor instead. The problem is,
Yes, yes, yes.
and that's
Yeah.
actually crazy to me because the Blantons could run quite a bit more.
Yeah. Blanton's just became like this, like a unicorn for people to find. People got obsessed with it, and then it got secondary market where you could charge outrageous prices if you had it. So there's nothing wrong with Blanton's if you get a good barrel, but I've had some rough ones too.
The domestic Blantons is just too young for most of the people I know.
Mhm.
Too
Yeah,
young.
the
Not one
Blanton-
of-
What's
It's
the
not
age
one of my
that's sent
favorites.
overseas, Fred?
What's that?
What's the age of what's sent overseas for the
8
Blantons?
years. 8 years. Yeah, the gold cork and the straight from the barrel are 8 years old. They're both
Nice.
good, but that 6-year-old,
Yeah, that
Too
Blanton's
young.
Gold. I've not had a bad Blanton's Gold. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, yes,
Love those.
yes.
So the bourbon bars that are here locally can't carry the Blantons because they can't get it. But if you find some on the outstretches of town, it could be upwards of $150 for a bottle of just any bottle of Blanton's. That's how and it's
Jacksonville?
it's trendy more than anything else.
That's what it is.
Yep.
I wouldn't pay over $62 for just a bottle of regular Blanton's. Like it should be around 45, but like 62, I'm like, all right. But when it gets up there, it's like, why? They're it's good, but there are better things.
You must not have bought it lately because pretty much everywhere it's $60, $65 and up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it here
Everywhere.
a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
So a regular
53
bottle
of
of
it.
Colonel Taylor here is running $70 to $80 if you can actually get a hold of it. But the problem is just being able to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the record,
Thanks, Rob. Out. Thanks, Rob.
I just opened this one, small batch, and it is by far the best in this lineup.
Huh.
Which is funny because I've never been a Taylor small batch guy. I've traded them all, sold them all when I get access to them, but this one is actually really good. So
Crap, now we've got more competition. You're gonna buy them all.
Yeah, he's just a shelf
well,
of
fun,
Taylors.
actually, I had somebody message me the other day, said, "Hey, do you have any more Taylor?" I'm like, I don't know who you are, but as soon as I tracked him a little bit, I realized he was Mike James' friend.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
is that a buddy?
That I traded, I've got a buddy here, we trade at retail for, you know, it's kind of relative, retail or secondary, some
Yeah.
exceptions, but we trade at retail for stuff. And he had a buddy looking for something and I gave it
That's
to him.
cool.
Anyway,
Good job. You just turned this into BYOB.
so again,
That's okay. I'm
let's
here
go
for
back
it.
to what we're here for.
Guys.
And McNew, we got to hook up. We're
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
we're in Zionsville, so.
Yeah, let me know. I have no issue driving that way
Oh
to
no,
Carmel, wherever.
we'll come down to you. No problem.
Yeah,
over.
you guys have better spots though. There's not a lot happening in the bourbon world in Greenfield except me. Actually, Chili's is pretty good. Chili's has some good picks, but
Oh, Chili's is good, yeah.
yeah, Chili's liquor. Yeah, we have them.
Yeah, I think I've still got 3 cases of the Hickory Smoke corn whiskey.